Hello everybody, my name's Shamash Aladina. I'm known as the author of the Mindfulness for Dummies book, and I'd like to share with you a video about COVID-19 and a mindful and spiritual response to it. So before I kind of dive into this short spiritual sharing that I have for you, just want to share first of all that I'm very passionate not just about spirituality but perhaps even more so about science. And I would urge you to not just lean on spiritual approaches and a spiritual approach to this challenge that we're all facing, but actually look at the science side of things too. And my recommendation would be to have a look at the World Health Organization website, who.it, and they have lots of information about what's currently happening and lots of really useful recommendations based on their research, which they're very experienced with over many, many years for things like this. But I'm guessing that you have seen lots of that kind of information, and so sometimes we forget in these moments the importance of spirituality too, and it's something that I'm also passionate about, and they both go towards the same thing in the end. I think they're both a search for truth in different ways. So hopefully you'll find this interesting and useful. So this is probably the most confusing diagram of them all, and this is just a diagram from an approach that I'm passionate about, a mindful approach called ACT, Acceptance and Commitment Training or Therapy. And I see it more and more now as not just a very scientific model, but actually a very spiritual model. And if you look at this bottom bit here where it says self as context, so these are the 6 different, you can think of these as flexibility skills. They improve your psychological flexibility, which is essentially about helping you to live a more values driven life, a purpose driven life, a more meaningful life. And all these different skills can help you to do that, from acceptance and mindfulness to being clear about your values. And one of them, they call it self as context. You can call it your transcendent self or even your observing self, and I think that's an easy way of remembering it. And it's a fundamental part of your ability to live a meaningful life according to all their findings. So I like to see this observing self, this transcendent self, as that part of me that is the source of peace, of stillness, of compassion, of wisdom, of acceptance. I'm aware of my body right now, but because I'm aware of my body, that means I'm not my body, I'm the thing that's watching it. In the same way, I can be aware of my mind and the thoughts in my mind, and therefore, because I'm aware of those thoughts, I'm the part that's observing it, so I'm the observer of those thoughts. And same even with emotions and urges and sensations, because I'm observing them, because I'm the observer of it, I cannot actually be it. So this observing self can be thought of as this place of stillness, peace, silence, and it's both the source of that, and also in some ways, although it's very separate from everything that's observed, in some ways it's connected to everything too. So just like I am the observing self, that place of stillness and silence and peace, so your essence is that too. And your essence and my essence, our spiritual essence, that part of us that makes us who we are, that spiritual essence is what connects us, that sense of stillness and peace and silence. So on one sense, there's that sense of ultimate separation, that sense of you're the observer, but in the other sense, it's the complete connection too. And it feels very kind of right and comforting and feels true. And it's a lovely thing to come back to, especially at our times when we're facing situations where there's lots of anxiety and stress and tension, and times where people's, unfortunately, lives will end a little bit earlier than they would have hoped for. This is a pandemic, and it's not going to obviously kill everybody, but sadly, some people's lives will be lost and have been lost already. And so there's lots of fear and anxiety that comes along with that. And we need to do the best we can to help people to work through this challenge and to live through this challenge and to help others live through this challenge by practicing compassion. And we can access that compassion through coming to this place of stillness. And you can do that through, your mindfulness and meditation exercises or your reflections, however you wish. But to remind yourself that there's that part of you that's completely free of it. And whether you have the most difficult thoughts in the world or not, or emotions or sensations, or even if someone's life passes away or not, there's a part of them that's still alive, that's present, that's connected, and that's beyond the material world in a sense. And I think this lovely image to finish shows what we're talking about here, that sense of us all coming together, stepping back and realizing with the observing self, and maybe even physically having to isolate ourselves a little bit more, so not connecting with each other that way, but remembering that we're actually still connected. We're very fortunate. There's a lot of technology now that can connect us through our thoughts and our images and our videos, but at the same time there's even beyond that a sense of connection, a place of stillness and peace and silence beyond all the news and all the information and all the challenges. That also connects us all. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked it, then hit a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this with the little bell icon if you'd like to be updated as soon as I update new videos. But also love to hear from you in the comments. Like, what did you think? What are your reflections about spirituality and mindfulness, and how can we connect to that part of us at these times when there's so much stress and anxiety around? Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you in the comments. Bye for now.